All right, guys. I've seen the first two episodes of Shogun. Episode 3 comes out tomorrow. Can't wait to check this out because I love the first two episodes of Shogun. Oh my goodness. This show just. I was talking to my friend about it, and we're both big fans of the new Dune. And Dune Part 1 and Dune Part 2. We're both fans of it. I called it, and this might be the worst description ever, but I called it the Asian Dune set in the 1600s. Because to me, it was like we got Dune, this great sci fi epic with political intrigue, symbolism. It was very artfully done. And then at almost the exact same time, we get this great show set in the 1600s, Japan, great action, great political intrigue, artfully done. I saw similarities. I may have seen similarities where nobody else would, but I saw similarities because you've got these two high quality products about political mechanizations and and violence that occurs to advance oneself politically, an outsider becoming a leader. I mean, I saw similarities. But guys, I love Shogun. These first two episodes were fantastic. Now, I haven't seen the original. I probably haven't seen it since I was like 10 years old. And I remember watching it at home with my parents, and I don't know why they let me watch it because it's Shogun. But I remember watching it like, whoa, whoa, like it was just so violent and that's what I saw as a kid, right? Was the violence, the swords. Today, as an adult watching the new version, I understand the meaning behind this violence, the meaning behind these swords. And I also understand the political intrigue, the Portuguese, the Spanish, the English, the Japanese. I understand the history behind it, the real world history behind it that set the stage for this conquest of power in Japan. And guys, if you have not seen Shogun, if you don't have Hulu, this is worth getting Hulu for. It's worth getting Hulu for. I don't want to. This is one of those. Typically, I don't mind spoilers on this channel. I'm not really a spoiler-free channel. I really don't want to give away too much here because there is so much political intrigue going on, and so many kind of twists and turns. My favorite aspect of this is the outsider aspect, the English guy who gets captured at the beginning and he gets shipped off to one of the houses that's potentially getting suspended from the order. And the political mechanizations to make this outsider, this English outsider, a a symbol to create discontent in Japan. This is all so cool and so much fun, and understanding that the Japanese kind of put their eggs in the Portuguese basket, but is that not the right thing to do? Are the Portuguese out to get them? Just phenomenal stuff. It's so layered, it's so complex, but it's so easy to follow at the same time. Yeah, there's violence in this. I'm telling you, use caution before watching this with your kids. There's a scene in this where a dude gets boiled alive, and it's graphic. It is graphic. But it also illustrates, savagery isn't the right word, but the harshness of the Japanese culture in the 1600s. The there's no gray area. It's black or white. And the code that the Japanese had. You had a guy who was willing to not just kill himself, but end his family line simply for speaking out of turn. And he desired to do this proudly. Like, this is what I have to do. I mean, this was intense stuff that is very real world. They're not sugarcoating anything. And they're presenting these cultures the way that they were, which I think is something that we miss often in today's society. When we're projecting non-white cultures, we have this certain idea in our heads that we need to project them in a certain way. But that's not happening here. We're projecting them very real world. Yeah, there's honor, there's nobility, um, there's strength, but there's also a deceitful nature. There's a quest for power. There's barbarianism. There's it's complex, just like people are, and just like our societies were back then. People like to rag on the American society, the early American society, for having barbaric ways, and they absolutely did, but so did everybody else. and and humankind was progressing at this point, and this progression was coming with a certain level of violence, and they present it all very real world, very authentically, which, I've got a bachelor's degree in history. That's something that I respect and I enjoy. So, guys, Shogun, this is worth getting Hulu for. Subscribe to Hulu. Check this out. This is a phenomenal show. It is the TV version of Dune. All right, guys. What did you think of the first two episodes of Shogun? Let me know in the comments below. While you're down there commenting, subscribe to my channel. And until next time, we'll see you guys later.